Hey everyone, I'm Emily. I'm the botanical knitter, and this is going to be one of those cozy weekend travel vlogs. My husband and I, along with our doggies, are headed to northern Wisconsin for a very long weekend. It's Thursday. We're at the Airbnb, this cute little cottage until Sunday. We'll do a quick pit stop in Duluth, but be ready.
Hazard reported ahead.
Thank you guys. Be ready for lots of cozy knitting time, TV, movie time, and then of course hiking outside because it's a beautiful time of year. Here we are driving through Canal Park in Duluth on our way to get sandwiches at Northern Water Smokehouse, one of our favorite and places that we have to stop at every time. Chris got the Cajun fin and I got the salmon melt. Another reason why I was really excited to go to Northern Waters was they now have an Inciardi machine, which is new since the last time I've been there. You put in quarters and out comes an amazing handprint that's teeny tiny and usually themed to wherever you are. Pickles. Sardines, blue cheese for Britta, pickles, take it. Harry, you like the view? All right, here's our Airbnb. Kitchen. Oh, it's so vintage. I love it. All right, so welcome to the cottage. I love the vintage stove. Our little coffee microwave station. Yeah, this is really cute. Items for display only. I hate that they have to say that. Cute. Love the vintage fabric. Cafe curtains. We've got a Formica diner table. That's fun. Cute little space in here. TV. We've got the door open to the back patio to get a little fresh air. There's the woods. Very beautiful. All right. We've got an electric fireplace, which is exciting. Here's the bathroom. Obviously, I'm very excited for this clawfoot tub. Hello. Cute. You can tell they do a lot of weddings here. And then here is our room. Cute. Very restful, very precious. And today I'm wearing the Classic by Splash Co. using Explorer Knits Gnome Cottage. And then I'm wearing my SD pants. I'm always wearing these in Fabulism Camp Gingham. Friday, November 14th. We have had a really nice day so far. Got up, slept in, which was really nice. Slept till just before 8. The dogs let us sleep in that long, which was really nice. And we were thinking about going to Madeline Island this morning, and I told Chris, I just want to sit and be and have no rush. So we had a very slow start. I steam blocked my finished flannel crush with the tea kettle. So this is what I showed you last night. I did finish it and I think it's just gorgeous. I did run out of my sock blank yarn right at this purple section, and the 2 skeins of yarn I had pulled from my scrap stash were just not the right colors. I think I did 3 rounds continuing in pattern because I had probably 3 inches left to go, and I decided I didn't like it. I would rather have a shawl that I really like because I knew that was going to bother me if I just went with the mismatched yarn. So I'm glad I made that decision. So I frogged it and then did the I-cord bind off. And you can see I changed colors right here. So that purple, and then I switched to just holding one of the single scrap yarn skeins together. And I think it turned out fine. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful pattern. This is going to come out on November 26th, I believe. So in just 12 days, I think. I'm not good at math, never pretended to be. But it's a beautiful, beautiful, warm, I was using it as a lap blanket this morning. So after I finished that and steam blocked it, we did end up watching a Christmas movie this morning. We watched Xmas, the Xmas story, I don't know, the one with Alicia Silverstone that is new on Netflix. Very funny. Very like perfectly tacky Christmas movie, and Chris watched it with me, which was fun too. We ended up watching last night The House of Guinness, which is a new series from the same producers or director or something of Peaky Blinders, which is one of my favorite TV series. So we watched 3 episodes of that, and that's probably where we will pick back up right now. So yeah, we slow start. I ended up having a work call around noon, and then we ate lunch, and then we just got back from about a 3.5 mile hike. Pretty isolated hike, which I really liked. It was over along a trail which used to be the only road between Ashland and Superior. I don't know, between here and right on the cusp of Lake Superior. It's beautiful. It was very heavily wooded, lots of leaves everywhere. And then it took us to the old fire tower, which I can see right now from where I'm sitting. Chris pulled up a map and literally we're just across the river from where our Airbnb is, from where we were at the top, even though it took us 15 minutes to drive there. Anyways, so finish this. Making good progress on my soda pop beanie. This is a pattern from Sari Nordlund. This is my first top-down pattern, and it was a bit of an impulse cast on, mostly because I really wanted to knit something with hand spun, and I really wanted a 2x2 rib. I blame it a little bit on Tashi. Seeing Tashi doing all of this beautiful hand spun knitting at Rhinebeck, just I think put knit with your hand spun in the back of my mind. So I blame them for this. Just kidding, in the best way possible. So like I said, I haven't done top down before, and I'm a little anxious that it's going to be too small. But then when I looked at the pattern photo, it's tight at top and then it really does stretch on the bottom, and you forget, or I forget, how stretchy 2x2 is. So I think it's looking small, but watch it be way too big. Wouldn't that be the funniest thing? I cannot remember what this hand spun is. It is, oops, sorry for the wind, I'm outside. It is deep stash hand spun. I think it has some potentially silk, maybe some bamboo, maybe some like a Targhee bamboo silk blend. It's very soft. It's very pretty. Don't remember how I spun it. Definitely not the most consistent spin, but it's pretty. I like the colors. Chris ended up making butternut squash risotto for us to have while we are at the Airbnb. We're pretty remote. It's about a 45-minute drive to the nearest big town. So we have his homemade sourdough bread. He made like a, I think it's rosemary cheddar and everything bagel seasoning sourdough, and then butternut squash risotto. So we have that. And then we'll probably have a beverage and have the fireplace going and watch more House of Guinness. So I think I'm going to switch from this, because this is great travel knitting, hiking knitting, to the Inge. I think that's what it's called. It's the Inge Slipover by Famke of Mippy the Label. It's a really beautiful textured pullover. I'm using Brooklyn Tweed in the worsted weight. It's from the Tones collection, and it's Melba, I think is the colorway. It's really a beautiful red. It's not due until January, and when she put out the testing call, Famke had said like, I only need one sleeve done, because I know it's gift knitting season, which I thought was like really, really nice. But I think I'm gonna have it done by then, because just in 2 weeks of working on it, a week and a half, I've joined in the round and I've got about 2 inches under the arm already, and I think it'll be a really nice Christmas holiday sweater because of the red. I'm just realizing my face is kind of in the shade, not in the shade. Oh well, we're outside. We're on this beautiful farm. I can't, and like today was 60 and it's mid-November. That's just strange to me. When Chris was reserving this place, he did notice on the project, or on the project page, on the rental page, they had said because of the lake effect, because we're right near Lake Superior, they get a lot of snow. So we were like secretly hoping there would be snow by now, but there is definitely not. All right, enough rambling. See ya. Good morning. It is Saturday, November 15th. It is just about 8 o'clock, and today is our Madeline Island day. Madeline Island is the largest of the Apostle Islands, which is the very north part of Wisconsin in Lake Superior. I was looking it up earlier, and Madeline Island is about 3 miles wide and 14 miles long. We're going to take a ferry to get there. We had originally thought about taking the ferry and then renting bikes and biking the island, but we're gonna take the car. Honestly, it's probably a little bit more affordable to just take the car instead of renting bikes. And then we're bringing both the dogs with us. The dogs will probably sleep in the car when we do our big hikes, and then we'll pull them out so they can sniff and explore alongside of us. Yesterday, the dogs slept so well. So they were in the car while we did our big hike, and then we grabbed them and did just about a mile with them. And the whole night they were just so chill between all the sniffing and I think just like the car naps. They were really happy and content. I ended up totally casting on a new sweater last night, which is hilarious. So I ended up casting on the Scrappy Yoke sweater by Olga Putano. I'm knitting this with a handful of friends. It is a great stash buster or like a single skein user. And so I will show you that in a little bit, but I made like a decent progress through the yoke. And we ended up watching a little bit of House of Guinness. We started to watch a Christmas movie, A Very Vintage Christmas, but then the old photo and the old mementos were from the 80s, and I was like, I can't watch this. I wanted it to be the 30s, not the 80s. It made me feel old, so we stopped watching that within like 20 minutes. So we finished House of Guinness, and then we decided we wanted some like very light TV, so we watched Below Deck. We started Below Deck Mediterranean, which is Captain Sandy, season 3, and we made through 3 episodes. So no complaints there. Reality TV, knitting, it's perfect. All right, time to hop in the car, drive to Madeline Island. We're gonna grab another coffee before we hop on the ferry and go explore. My order at the coffee shop was a spruce sage oat milk latte, and it was delicious. From there, we purchased our ferry tickets to take the ferry 2.5 miles across the channel from Bayfield, Wisconsin to Madeline Island. Madeline Island is the largest of the Apostle Islands and the only one not included in the Apostle Islands National Lake Shore. Growing up, I had heard of Madeline Island because there was a music festival that took place there every summer. But of course, being white and, part of colonizing, I had never heard the real story of Madeline Island and, who made that their home. Madeline Island is the spiritual center of the Lake Superior Chippewa, the Anishinaabe people. The Anishinaabe were led there on a journey by Gitche Menadu, the Great Spirit. This journey brought them to the place where food grows on water, and this is where they found the good berry or wild rice. It eventually became a trade center for surrounding communities and fur traders. The Anishinaabe traditional name for Madeline Island is Muninwane Cotting, which means the place where there are a lot of northern flickers. I really appreciated the chance to learn about Madeline Island, and I liked that there was a lot of public signage, and all the public signage on Madeline Island was bilingual, with place names written in both English and Anishinaabe. And with that, our cozy weekend up north has come to the end. It is Sunday and we're getting ready to head back to Minneapolis. It's definitely cooler out today. I walked the property line this morning and had to have my winter coat on and a hat and my cowl and fingerless mitts. But I was listening to an audiobook and it was just really peaceful and a beautiful way to start the day. This morning when we got up, there was a young buck just grazing in the lawn, and that was really just peaceful. We have turkeys in the city, but we do not have deer. Well, we do have deer, but not just peacefully grazing, not a care in the world. I did a good amount of knitting last night from the car when we were headed back from Madeline Island and Bayfield. I got about 1.5 inches done on my Scrappy Yoke colorwork sweater. So I was about here and I made it all the way through the end of chart B. So now I'll do a couple knit stitches and then switch over to chart C. I'm really enjoying this one. An unexpected cast on, but I'm glad I ended up bringing those skeins with me. And then I made about 1.5 inches of progress on this sweater. The texture is just so lovely. It's super easy to memorize. I'm in the faux cable section right now. It's the same as kind of the saddle shoulders. And I really like this because you don't really have to pay too much attention or think too hard about it, but it looks really nice. All right. Well, thanks for coming along with us on this trip. It was exactly what I needed. I needed some quiet time, some nature time, not a lot of peopling, which was great. I did have to work a couple of times, but that wasn't too bad, and it was good calls for sure. I'm gonna miss this cozy little cottage. I think we'd come back again. It was really nice to be on this property, away from neighbors, away really from anything. And it was just the quiet we needed. All right, time to head back to the city. Thanks for following along. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram. I'm the Botanical Knitter there. And I hope wherever you are, you're well, and I'll see you next time.